Hello and welcome to the Walking Talking Topic Solving Linear Equations Question 2 with me, Mr. Barton. Right, we've got a page of lovely equations and inequalities that need solving here, so let's make sure we pick up all of these marks. First one, solve 8x divided by 5 is equal to 60. As I said with question 1, if you've got a fraction, get rid of it. Best way to get rid of a divide by 5 is to times by 5. Now just be careful here. 8x divided by 5 and then it gets times by 5. That divide by 5 and that times by 5 just cancel each other out, so you're just left with 8x. Don't think you need to multiply your 8x by 5 as well. You're already sorting that out because 8x is being divided by 5 and then times by 5. But what you certainly do need to remember is to multiply your 60 by 5. Now you're probably not going to have a calculator on this, so just think 5 6s are 30, so 5 lots of 60 is 300. But then just pause at this stage, don't panic here. 8x's are equal to 300. Don't think you've got anything tricky to do here. To find out what 1x is, you're just going to divide by 8. So you're going to get x is equal to 300 divided by 8. I just write it as a fraction. And now, because I don't mind dealing with fractions here for simplifying, I'm going to halve the top and bottom. So I'm going to get 150 over 4. That's looking a little bit nicer. I can probably halve it again there. I'm going to get 75 over 2. And then I don't mind dividing things by 2. I think half of 70 is going to be 35, and then half of 5 is going to be 2.5. So I think that is going to come to 37.5, or 37.5, however you prefer to write it. Now what about this next one? 3 divided by x equals 12. Well, it's a fraction just like we had before. Before we times both sides by 5 because 5 was the denominator. Let's just do the same here. X is the denominator, so I'm going to multiply both sides by x. So 3 divided by x times by x just leaves me with me 3, and 12 times by x leaves me with 12 lots of x. And now I'm going to do what I did again. Previously here I had 8x's and I divided by 8. Here I've got 12x's. It doesn't matter if they're on a different side. So I'm going to divide by 12. And here's a potential stumbling block here. Don't think I don't like the idea of doing 3 divided by 12, so I'll just do 12 divided by 3 instead. You have to do what you've written. So I'm going to write it as 3 divided by 12 as a fraction again. And that's going to be equal to x. Now 3 divided by 12, that looks a little bit nasty, but 3 divided by 12, if you just simplify that, 3 divided by 12 is just equal to 1/4. So x is equal to 1/4. What about this next one? 9x take 4 equals 7 lots of x plus 2. Remember what I said before, if you've got brackets, get them sorted. No fractions this time, but we still need to sort our brackets. That's 9x minus 4 equals, let's expand these brackets, 7 lots of x, 7x, 7 lots of positive 2 is positive 14. Now I'm going to collect my x's together on the side that starts with the greatest number of x's, which is this side here. So I don't want those 7x's over there, so I'm going to take 7x's from both sides. 9x takes 7x, leaves me with 2x's. I've still got me minus 4, and on this side I've still got my positive 14. Now I'm going to get rid of this minus 4, so I'm going to add 4 to both sides. So I've got 2x, my minus 4, and my add 4, they disappear. And on here I've got 14 plus 4, that's going to leave me with 18. And now I'm laughing. Divide both sides by 2, and I get x equals 9. And just remember, you can check any of these answers if you get time at the end of your exam just by substituting them back in. So just for a laugh, let's do it now. If x is equal to 9, 9 lots of 9 I think are 81. Take away 4 is 77. And let's just check that we get the same answer. 9 plus 2 is 11, and 7 lots of 11 are 77. So I know I've got the answer right. Okay, now I get to solve the inequality. And the good news here is, if you can solve equations, you can solve inequalities, because just treat them exactly the same, but just remember to write your inequality sign instead of your equal sign. So if I've got 10x plus 5 is greater than 45, I'm just going to treat it as an equation. So I'm going to take 5 from both sides. So I'm going to get 10x, but I'm just going to remember to put my inequality sign in, is greater than 40. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 10, and I'm going to get x is greater than 4. Easy money, 2 marks there. And then the final one, a little twist they've gone for here. Write down the smallest whole number or integer that satisfies the inequality 9x is greater than 60. 9x is greater than 60. Let's treat that as an equation. So let's divide both sides by 9. So I get x is greater than, and I struggle with 60 divided by 9, so I'm going to put it as a fraction again. 60 divided by 9. Now, let's see if we can get that simplified a little bit. I'm going to divide top and bottom by 3, so I'm going to get 20 over 3. And that's a little bit nicer. That's a top-heavy fraction, but I reckon I know how many times 3 goes into 20. I think that's going to give me 6 whole times. That's 6 3s are 18, and 2/3 left over. So I've got x must be greater than 6 wholes and 2/3. What is the smallest whole number that works? Well, if x has got to be greater than 6 and a bit, it can't be 6. So I think the smallest whole number that works must be 7.